Okay, one thing that we will be having to do often, every so often, is dealing with bugs in our own CurricuNet system. So you're going to hear people say, we got to put in a ticket for that. There's an issue with the course outline. We've got to put in a ticket, Governet ticket. Again, this is Letitia on August 4th, 2016, here training the next curriculum process specialist for Columbia College. So the Governet has a ticket system here through the company Zendesk. They have this facade that indicates it's for Governet, but it's a tool that they use to more streamline and systematize requests for bug fixes, system improvements, etc. So it's very likely that Brian Sanders, the VPI, will have access to this and myself or this position. So what I'm going to do is I've already got mine set. Here's the website. I strongly recommend that you make it a favorite. I call it CNET ticks right here. And so that means I can just go there and then log in, and I've let my system remember who I am so that I just don't even have to bother remembering a password. And then here is their information that we sometimes might want to read, but honestly, I've never actually read these documents. Might behoove you to do so, but I would not spend too much emotional energy being concerned with that. Up here are the tabs to submit a request or check an existing request. So let's go ahead and do that because I've submitted many. Here are current tickets that are kind of pending action. This shows you the title that I gave it. And then this is my narrative about what the issue is. And then you can click on here to go in and look at it. So let's click on that. I'm gonna look at the request history. Here's what I initially submitted to CurricuNet. This is what the developer at Governet replied with. And then this is our volleys back and forth. And their process is usually that they make the changes or the improvements that's requested on what's known as the dev site or development site. And they test them there, and we're asked to go look at the development site to go check and see if we like it. And if we approve and if there's no more issues, then they roll it over to the live site. So what you can remember for for the curriculum development site is that it's, let's see, it's going to be dev.curricunet.com /Columbia. That will take you to the development website for Governet, for our Columbia College CurricuNet system, and it should take your existing login credentials that you use for the live site. So this may also be something that you want to add as a favorite to your browser. So anyway, and then once this is the form in which you go back and forth about a ticket. So say, for example, you wanted to add a certain value to the course outline, or you wanted to design a certain report that you wanted to be able to pull on a course or a program or across the system. This is where you would put in that request. Another feature of that is when you do submit a request, I've just gone to the submit a request, let's say test, 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 you have to request the priority. The advice that I would give you is to be conservative about urgency. Urgency is when, for example, we cannot view our course outlines. We want to think about the level of impact and what the implications are of any issue that we've encountered. If there's some little buggy thing that's not working on a report for you, that's, you might have a workaround for, mark it as normal. I would very rarely use the urgent card because then they're going to just start ignoring us because we're going to start sounding like Chicken Little. Anyway, so you have to put a due date. So for your average routine request, I put 3 weeks out. It doesn't mean that they'll necessarily get to it, but I think that's a reasonable time frame. Urgent things are, of course, like today, tomorrow. High priority maybe within the next week. And then we have to provide a rationale. So we want to give them insight and give them some, encourage them to empathize with our circumstances, and then a description of what we actually want. One of the tricks that I had in my pocket, you may or may not have, is that I like to actually illustrate things that I wanted to see done. Let me go. So I'm going to go into some previously closed requests. Over here you can look at your recently solved and closed requests. Let's do that. And this goes way back in time because I've been working in here for quite some time. I'm going to go down to the very end of my list, and here is an improvement that is recently closed. And what I did using Photoshop was I actually illustrated, created what I wanted this change to look like. This was actually a change to the Curricula interface to add these instructions and add this prompt. So that being said, that is Governet's ticket system and a rough overview. You'll kind of learn your way around there, but I just want to have a context and an understanding of what it does, how you get around in there, and how to research tickets past, present, and to be able to submit them.